Hello, hello YouTube. This is Jay Coder back with another stream, and today we're going to be going over inline functions. I found another video from the Android developers page that I wanted to go over with you guys. It's pretty informative. It's going to be about Kotlin today. We're going to be brushing up a little bit on our Kotlin skills with learning about what they have to say about inline functions. Inline functions are usually important. It's a feature unique to Kotlin, and so let's go ahead and dive into it. So yeah, if you like this channel, please subscribe. Please also like this video, and without further ado, let's check out this video.
You know all of those util files you create with all sorts of small functions that you end up using a lot throughout your app? If your utility functions get other functions as parameters, chances are you can improve the performance of your app by saving some extra object allocations with one keyword: inline. Let's see what happens when you pass these short functions around, what inline does under the hood, and what you should be aware of when working with inline functions. If you learned something new, like the video and subscribe to the channel, but only if you think we've earned it. So let's take an example. Let's say that you use share preferences a lot in your app. So you create this utility function to reduce the boilerplate. Then you use it to save a string token. Now let's see what's going on under the hood when preferences.edit is called. If we look at the Kotlin bytecode, we see that there's a new called. So a new object is being created, even if in our code we actually didn't call any object constructor. Let's check the decompiled code to make this a bit friendlier. The edit share preferences extension function we defined is here in the decompiled code. The share preferences object is passed in. For the commit flag, the default value, false, is passed. For the action, we can see that a new function object is created. And finally, our action implementation is now here. So remember, each higher-order function we create leads to a function object creation and memory allocation that introduces runtime overhead. To improve the performance of our app, we can avoid the new function object creation by using the inline keyword. Now, the Kotlin bytecode doesn't contain any new calls. And here's how our decompiled Java code looks like. We can now see that things have changed a lot for our save token method. Here we have the content of the shared preferences.edit function directly in our save token method. And then here we have the content of the action implementation. Okay, so what happened? Because of the inline keyword, the compiler copies the content of the inline function to the call side, avoiding creating a new function object. If you're trying to mark as inline a function that doesn't accept another function as a parameter, then you won't get significant performance benefits. And actually, the IDE would even tell you that, suggesting you to remove it. Because inlining may cause the generated code to grow a lot, make sure that you avoid inlining large functions. So, for example, if you check the Kotlin standard library in files like collections.kt, you'll see that most of the inline functions have only 1 to 3 lines. When using inline functions, you're not allowed to keep a reference to the functions passed as a parameter or pass it to a different function. You'll get a compiler error saying illegal usage of inline parameter. So, for example, let's modify the edit method and add another parameter, an important action, let's call it, that is then passed to a different function. We can see that my function of important action produces an error. Okay, we have two cases here. Case 1. If you have multiple functions as parameters and you only need to keep a reference to one of them, then you can mark it as no inline. By using no inline, the compiler will create a new function object only for that specific function, but the rest will be inlined. If we check the bytecode, we see that a new call indeed appeared. In the decompile code, we can see that everything is inlined except for that important action function, and only here a new function object is created. Case 2. if your function only has one function as parameter and you need to store that reference. So here, just prefer not using inline at all. If you do add inline, then you have to mark your parameter with no inline, but this could cause low performance benefits by inlining the method. So there's no point in using it. So, to summarize, to decrease the memory allocations caused by lambda expressions, use the inline keyword. Make sure you apply it to small functions that take a lambda as a parameter. If you need to keep a reference to a lambda or pass it as an argument to another function, use the no inline keyword. So start inlining to start saving with Kotlin.
All right, everyone, that's what I wanted to go over with you guys for today. And if you also, needed to go back over it, I encourage you to rewind the video and watch it again, or go to the Android developers channel. Either one it would be good, but yeah, sometimes you have to go over it multiple times to understand it. But guys, thanks for watching, and as always, stay coding. More videos to come.